Aaron, we're here. The day has come, finally.
The day has finally come.
It's been work in the making, right?
It's been like 5 months of planning and like 10 years of dreaming.
Hear that, guys? 10 years of dreaming. That's what it takes.
Honestly, 10 years of hustle, not so much the dream. 10 years of busting my hump.
Absolutely. I heard your opening remarks. You did harp on that, and it's true. The hustle is real, people. Let's take a walk around. I'd love to. When we have so many people here, let's just take a little wander. Tell me, you're in the New Jersey tech startup world. That was like your big meetup. How did it transform, or how did it propel, should I say, into this today? What is Propeller Fest?
You know, it took on a life of its own. I started it hoping that I could find kind of a support group, just some people who might, be going through the same kind of thing I was going through.
Support group, guys. Take a look around. You've got the biggest support group here today. It's awesome. So how did this all come about? You have the biggest support group here as you look around.
Well, I started the New Jersey Tech Meetup with that whole thing in mind, that, I wanted to be hanging out with other entrepreneurs and seeing like what they were going through, because it's a challenging career choice. Like, people read the headlines and they think, oh, it's all glamour, it's all fundraising, look at these guys killing it.
It doesn't happen overnight, people. It doesn't happen overnight. Look, you are definitely the most popular person here today, without a doubt. So tell me, so it was 10 years in the making, it's come about. How do you get this amazing lineup of speakers? Like, what's involved in getting them here on the day? Tell me.
Relationship building, right? Like, this is my product, right? And this is the result of so many years of hard work and building relationships.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't just make a bunch of calls. Like Gary Vee, we had a talk a few minutes ago. I met him 5 years ago at an event. I stayed in touch. I sent him things. I tried to add value, as he talks about.
So important.
And then, over the years, my group grows into the largest New Jersey-based technology group. And so I'm like, hey, man, I think we got a good forum for you to talk.
Right.
We do that, right? He comes out. We should build more relationship. And I stay in touch, and I find other opportunities to send him to maybe invest in, right? This is not. It's not a coincidence that we have some of the biggest players in tech in the Northeast here.
Absolutely.
And I'm not saying it's just me either, right? There's other relationships where people, put their faith in me, and then they were willing to then say, okay, I know a few of these great people. I'll invite my network. But you don't just jump out and call Peter Shankman and Gary Vaynerchuk and James Altucher.
No. If only it was so easy. You've definitely put in the hard work. So I love the philosophy of Propeller Fest, like the inspire, the fun, and the education. It's so important. They're like the three pillars, really, I think, for success in general. I like it that you also position yourself as kind of an intersection between tech and music. Tell me, are you a big music buff?
I play music. I love music.
There you go.
I wrote a song for my wedding.
Oh, look out.
Excellent. The way I see the music here is a little bit different than other events that are about exposing the most amazing modern music.
Right, like South by Southwest.
Which is a great event, and I love what they do, and I would be thrilled if we get compared to an event like
that. Right, yes. Well, I'm comparing you now.
I'll take it.
Yes.
But the way that I see it is actually a celebratory element to what we're doing, right? Like, at the end of the night, we're going to have this big party.
Oh, hear that? Party, guys. It's happening here, yeah.
Well, I think that it's easy to get caught up in the day-to-day and not have a lot of fun.
Right.
And so my hope today here is we've got these stages that we're going to be educating people on and inspiring them with.
I love it. Let's walk through here. Yeah. This is where all the action is, guys. So it's definitely inspiring. There's a lot of startups doing pitch competitions. Have you got your eye on any? I mean, you're an entrepreneur yourself. You've built many brands. Can you speak to any particular here today that are taking your interest or fancy, or they're all your babies and you can't really call any out?
Well, there are. I don't want to rig it, but
I get it.
There are some. What I will say is, I'm really proud of who's here. I think we've got some of the most innovative companies, not just even the region, in the country, represented here in a whole host of ways.
It's phenomenal. It's a beautiful location. Like, we forget that we are right on the water here.
You spin around a little bit so you can see the backdrop here. I mean, you can't. A lot of people see or heard about Jersey and they're like, Jersey, why not do this in New York?
Yeah.
And when they get here and they see that view, they
see why.
Oh, I think I get it. This is kind of awesome. And it's been
great. You forget that we have a beautiful waterfront. So just two important questions, last but not least. Poker or roulette?
Poker, for sure.
Oh, he's a poker man. Okay, very good. We'll learn more about why. And another thing, who or which entrepreneur inspires you the most?
I mean, I would say on the cliche level, Elon.
All about cliches.
Well, we'll do one cliche is Elon Musk, because that's a guy who dreams huge and then does it.
Agreed.
I mean, what the hell is a Hyperloop? And
Hey,
he's building it. On a more practical level, one of the speakers here today is a friend of mine named Andrew Weinrich. This guy who started the very first social network. He's gone on to sell 5 other companies. He's a little bit
before Facebook. Are we talking?
Yes, I mean before Facebook, meaning his company owns the patent that LinkedIn ultimately bought to protect social networking that they now own. He's a little bit, he's not as much a celebrity entrepreneur, but man, he keeps me honest and focused and inspired. So I would say Andrew is probably top of mind for me right now on a more practical level.
Fantastic. Well, hopefully we get to speak to him or we learn more about him right?
He's a great guy.
Here first. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time, especially on a day like today. We got so much going on. Enjoy, get out there. You're definitely the rock star. So thank you.
We don't shake though, Propeller.
Really?
It's high five
Friday.
Friday.
High five. I love that. Absolutely.
For us, I know you mentioned investments. I think as an engineer myself, step one is the product and leadership. And so I was told through my teachers, who I call my mentors, that scale happens with leadership first. And so that was our step in making sure we have a core team that can build the product that we currently have. You mentioned a truck. We're slowly moving away from the truck into retail. So a recent interview with CNN last week gave our users and people a glimpse that now you can walk into stores such as Starbucks, Crumbs, Sprint, you name it, T-Mobile, and these companies are incentivizing users by physically driving them with free stuff, right? So that's attractive. The user are able to walk inside these stores, watch these ads that could be pretty contextual and also tailored to the user.
Yo, but check it out. My name is Ed from Audible. Yo, you see me rapping, people just report it with the cannon. You see me, yes, I started a company. I started a bunch of companies. I've started like 18 companies, and maybe 15 of them were total abject failures. But some of them, the worst part is when you have a success. Because when you have a successful company, you actually think for a brief second that I'll tell you what I thought. I'm the smartest person in the world. There is nobody smarter than me in this planet because I just sold my company. So that's the problem. That's your danger point.
I'm worried.